And it's not about the people or parties, but this side that was represented by the Democratic Party, its campaign was led first by Joe Biden and then Kamala Harris. It's again, not opinion. The party increasingly represents atheists, represents those, disproportionately those who don't go to church, who are against biblical values. This is a party where their platform is for the killing of the unborn, the mutilation of children in gender transition, the destruction of marriage as we have known it, increasingly calls for limiting free speech and religious liberty. The president said that transgenderism is the issue of our day. It's his issue. So too his issue was the killing of unborn children. More so even with Kamala Harris, who it's not about the people, we got to pray for everybody, who had actually persecuted pro-life believers in California when she was there. This was a campaign that made killing of unborn children the foremost issue. It proclaimed it, shouted it. In fact, at the convention, at the presidential convention this year, they actually had a mobile abortion clinic set up. So while the convention was proceeding, babies were being murdered right outside the convention. It's no accident that this ticket was headed by the first vice president in history who actually walked through an abortion clinic. And no accident, the one she walked through before she was running for president was Tim Walz, who became her running mate. She promised to strike down every pro-life restraint on abortion in the land. She voted against the saving of lives children who were born alive with a botched abortion attempt, voted against the Born Alive Act. And she was the one who told the Christian protesters who said at her rally, shouted, "Jesus is Lord, Christ is King," that they were at the wrong rally. This election threatened the acceleration of America's moral and spiritual fall. The killing of children, the destruction of gender, the indoctrination of children, all that. Freedom of speech. We have no idea what would have happened. Religious liberty. And then there was the other side. There was Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an enigma. He's an unlikely man, loudly imperfect man, who says things that shouldn't be said, does things that shouldn't be done, and says things and does things that in no way represents the words or actions of Messiah. But God will use whom God will use. And he will use the unlikely, and he will confound the wise and the woke. He has been led to support, by a miracle, mostly in far more than anybody would have imagined, biblical values, life, the protection of the unborn, oppose the mutilation of children, champion religious liberty, champion the nation of Israel, and oppose the woke agenda.